Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hyrule Chronicles. This is episode number 102, and this is the Legend of Zelda D&D campaign. I'm ArticulateT, the Game Master, and with me, as always, I have Renji Vox, being played by TheNetherlad.
It's me. Hello.
I have Hikan Sio, being played by Alvarez.
Hello.
I have Zaiden Shari, being played by RoboPirate. We have Max, being played by Keistruth.
Hello.
So, friends, what happened last time?
Last time we had a meeting with a couple of noblewomen in the Sarkosa Inn, where we talked about plans, caught up, had a good time, shared some gossip, and as soon as we get finished doing some of our other running around, which is going to be exceptionally quick, I have a feeling Risha's just going to have to turn right back around when they get home. Just to go back to Sarkosa for the next part of the plan to go help deal with the Civil War to the west. After figuring that out, we went over towards Zora's domain, had a lovely conversation with our friend Artismal, which was actually a conversation this time rather than sharing telepathy-related things, where due to Hikan's new ability to speak any language, he was able to sit there and talk. Got a lot of lore in regards to how the divine figures view and distribute Imperium, mostly due, or partially due to the fact that Hikan is carrying a nuke in his pocket. And then, after getting Artismal's help and enlisting the help of Larson Graves to come send Artismal home, we finished up our business in Zora's domain and then transported to the Echo of Hylia before walking southward to the Ziggurat. But before we even have a chance to talk about what it is that we're doing, whether that is resting up before heading inside or just going inside to get this done, we notice a squadron of moblins out on patrol.
Yes. And so it is that we return to the action at hand. As mentioned before, you're currently on a hill looking down to this kind of marshy sort of near dead kind of biome, I suppose. You can see what appears to be a structure in the distance, surrounded by dead trees, but between you and it, there seems to be a collection of moblins. They number 5, and at least one of them appears to be bigger and more adorned than the others. None of them look like Gorspire, and they don't appear to be dressed in a manner that would denote them as being part of Gorspire's gang, at least not from this distance. But they are organized, and they have yet to notice you.
How do we want to handle this?
Honestly, I would rather just avoid them.
If they do see us, should we try talking first?
I'd like that.
Fair enough.
I mean, I do speak Blin, and apparently you speak everything now, so...
Hikan just shrugs.
But yes, if you would like to avoid detection by the moblins, please give me a group stealth check.
I like that our two people who can speak everything are the dumbasses. 17.
14.
23.
19.
Amara gets a 5.
Oh
Heck yeah,
no!
Mara.
It's group
Okay.
stealth check though, and you
We got
all
big
rolled
numbers.
pretty well. Yes. Let me just have a look and see what the What passive perceptions I'm working with here? It also helps that all the moblins have a negative in their wisdom and no strange skills. So you kind of like Skyrim crouch in this moderately medium length grass, and effortlessly you seem to avoid detection as this collection of moblins who appear to be heading east only stop for a brief moment to have a mild argument. The biggest one slaps one of them around the back of the head before they carry on marching onwards and eventually out of sight.
Were they arguing about anything important?
Give me a perception check.
I also would like to hear if I can.
See.
Yes.
No.
Probably.
So that'd be a 27, a natural 1 but a 10 anyway, and 31.
A natural 19.
Yeah.
For 31, yes.
For 31.
That was a natural 20 for 27, and followed by the natural 1 for 10, by the way.
As
Yeah,
far
so,
as far as you can tell, what they were arguing about wasn't really anything of import. One of them was complaining about having to walk such a far distance, and then the big one told them to shut up, slapped him around the back of the head, and they kept walking. And he was the biggest one. They weren't going to argue with him.
You can't argue with someone who's big.
Yeah.
They're big.
They're big.
How will they? How will they eliminate the big shot? No.
He's big.
I am missing the reference.
It's a
Wrestling.
wrestling thing.
Yes.
You can't defeat the Big Show because he's big.
Yeah.
Aha.
Okay. But yes, the moblins have moved out of sight and are no longer between you and your destination. So I'm guessing, unless you
Do we
want
get like a level in sneak?
No, we get
you
a bit
did
of.
mention Skyrim logic.
No, we do get a bit of XP for hearing the incidental dialogue.
Yes.
But yeah, you head onwards towards your destination, trudging down the hill into this marshy area. Thankfully, the puddles and little liquidy parts of this marsh aren't too deep or boggy, so you're not impeded by like rough terrain or anything like that. But eventually, after passing through various different dead plant life and generally just a place that is long been neglected by the rest of the world and just kind of fell to ruin, you get to this structure. And this structure is a lot bigger than you would expect, but not as big. It's weird, but it's both bigger than you might expect it to be, but also not as big as it looked from a distance. It appears to be a very angular, four-sided pyramid with a flat top. The stonework is dark, but it's hard to tell whether or not that's because of the general wear and tear in this largely damp locale, or if the stone itself has been purposefully made to be dark. There are a series of branching lines and very angular fonted runes that you have a look at that looks vaguely Sheikah in nature, but is also either very old or of a completely different dialect. So it's really the only one who can read it is Renji, and most of it is simply stating words of warning, runes of protection that seem to have already fizzled out in their capabilities, and it's just this old stone building that has long been abandoned, or at least at a first glance. However, as you are standing there and observing this building, you notice, for the most part, Oh, Renji, you notice that there is this push at the base of your skull. That indicates to you, at least from the harvester's point of view, that you have found the place that you are looking for.
All right. Now you mentioned that it looks Sheikah in origin. Does it look more Twilight to me, or is it?
Yes, I would say that there's a lot of stuff about this that look. It's not exactly one-to-one Twilight.
It's the designs that would lead to the Twilight Realm aesthetic, I guess.
Possibly.
Yeah. It's like it
The
it
missing
is.
link.
Yeah, a design that is prior to the Twilight being jettisoned into the Twilight Realm, and
Okay.
yeah.
So with this push in my consciousness, I pause for a moment, kind of looking at my companions. I say, well, feels like this is it. I understand if you don't want to come with me.
Why would we come all the way here if we didn't want to come with you?
I don't know, a false sense of loyalty, I suppose.
What do you mean false?
I don't know. This feels weird. And I don't know what I am supposed to do here anyway, so it's more my sense of, I don't know, insecurity, I suppose.
Is he letting you know, or?
No, it's more of a, like, it's not a headache, but it's like a pressure that's like, well, this is it.
Hmm.
And then I slowly start walking towards the first set of stairs.
Right behind you.
Yeah. As you approach because it's like a Mayan sort of pyramid sort of thing. So it's instead of it being, it's like there's a staircase that appears to go right up to the top. But as you approach that set of stairs, there's a rumble of stone and a section in the middle of it, about 15 feet wide, at ground level begins to sink and form a set of stairs that go downwards. And it leads into this dark area, and in the back
we
of
hear
your
a chime?
you do not hear a chime. What you do
Darn
hear
it.
is
Renji, welcome.
And I sigh loudly.
It took you far too long, but you're here now. Only a few steps away. Please, enter.
Well, evil voice in my head is saying that we should enter the weird Ziggurat basement. All right. I grab aspiration, ignite it, turn up the light, and go down.
okay. Excellent. You head on down, and others, everyone else follows, and that would then lead us to. Actually, no, let's do a different one. Let's do this. This seems good.
Let me bring up this as well.
As you head downwards,
Yeah.
you see that it begins to level out, and you see before you a fairly large entrance room. There are 4 possible exits to this room, besides the one you've just come through. There are 2 doors, 2 sets of doors that are closed, one being to the north, one being to the west. And then there are 2 doorways that are completely open. Another one to kind of the southwest, and then one to the southern wall. With your passive perceptions being so high, you do hear some movement within. Sounds very chittery, but it's very sporadic as well. It doesn't come up too often.
I think I would like to descend the stairs for a bit.
Okay.
I will have to also restart Roll20.
Oh no.
Yeah. Seem to have timed out for me or crashed. One of the two.
Rip.
How dare it?
Whoops.
That's okay.
But yeah, I saw myself descending, or I saw myself on the stairs going down, and I would like to go kind of into the lobby.
Okay.
There we go. And I would like to go down, I kind of like go down in here and check this door.
Okay. You go over and you check the door. It is unfortunately locked, at least when you try and test it. The door itself appears to be made of metal, and seems flush with the ceiling and the rest of the doorway and the floor. There is a handle, but there's no visible keyhole.
Okay. What happens if I like I can tell it's locked or it's not budging?
You could basically try and push against it, test the door handle, nothing seems to work.
All right. I think I'll try. Is this a door as well?
Yeah.
I think I want to go and try that one.
Okay. You go over to that door. It's a set of double doors made of the same material, but also seems to be the same story. It just refuses to budge.
Anything here of this pile of stuff?
That appears to be just a set of rubble and wood that seems to have come loose from the wall. There doesn't appear... Well, you can investigate it if you like. I'd say, like, it's a small enough pile that you probably won't even need to roll for it. You kind of, like, look around through it and you don't seem to see anything of any indication that might be worthwhile.
Whenever I try to edit my character sheet on Roll20, it just freezes, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Sorry about that, people.
That's all right. I mean, roll. It wouldn't surprise me if roll 20 is being a bit weird today.
Any particular reason?
It's roll 20. It's
You're right.
I have used it before.
Yeah, it's it'll just have its
Hey, that ends
moments, I
in
think.
Y.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
There we
yes.
go. Back in view. Yep, I'm back again.
Okay.
But also, this door seems to not be able to budge right now.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. And you say a set of double doors.
Yep. So these are double doors. That is a single door.
Is there any spacing between the two doors?
Fortunately, like the first door, it is flush against each other.
Because
It
what happens
seems-
if I press my sunblade through it?
You can give it a shot if you like.
Sure. Need me to roll for it?
I was gonna say if you wanted to take a swing, you could make an attack roll, but if you wanted to just kind of push the blade up against it,
I want to see
doesn't-
if I can
yeah.
burn through whatever is holding it open or holding it closed.
Okay. You press the blade against it with a flash. It begins to try to push through whatever single small tiny little gap there might be between these doors. As you're standing there and testing the blade against it, you get the feeling that even if this does work, it might end up taking a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, I don't think I'm going to take that effort immediately. It's like, well, we might as well explore the rest of the complex before, I don't know, melting through this door.
Yeah. Okay. Which leaves you two paths downward.
Can we take the smaller one?
Sure.
Okay. You head down the 5-foot corridor,
Is the guy
and
coming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah, as you
Who is
turn the
this
corner,
Neophylo?
you see this wider room that seems to be largely featureless. There are doors on the east and western wall and another one to the south. At the very end of the corridor, with your sight, you are able to see a creature, this undulating mass of ooze that you recognize as being a like.
I do not like this like. Has it noticed us?
It seems to be stationary in where it's standing.
Okay. I will point it out to the people behind me. I will hold a spell, Eldritch Blast.
Mhm.
If it is going to be moving towards us in any type of fashion, I will shoot it. As I step further into the room,
Mhm.
Anything for this part?
glancing.
If you take a moment to inspect the pile once more, it seems to be just more rubble.
Ah,
Was this?
Yeah. You glance down the eastern corridor, and atop a pile of bricks that seem to have come loose from the ceiling, there appears to be the sizable shape of a sculptula. It has noticed you, and it's currently waiting where it is. Not under any kind of command. You gather that it's probably like being animalistic, territorial sort of, if you come near me, I will fuck you up sort of situation.
Try to.
It believes in itself.
Yeah.
I'm happy for this Sculptula's self-confidence, but no.
And this side is the room that we saw from up there.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So, what do? The like has not moved from its position.
Like has not moved. Sculptula is wary of us. I think we should investigate here first. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And just slowly move here.
Okay. In this area, you see what appears like a larger, longer room. Along, like, one of the other things that you've noticed while you were here is the design of the walls. They're very clean, smooth, clinically designed. There's not much in regards to like hieroglyphics or anything that you can make out that would be of use. It's a fairly kind of mundane corridor. Yeah.
And if we move over here, what kind of room is this?
Yeah. Entering this room, you can see what appears to be the remnants of shelves and other crates. It's possible that this was a storage room of some description. Once again, the walls are very clinically designed.
How old does this seem to be?
Give me a history check.
History check for the DM. That is a natural 20 for a 27.
You can roughly guess that the age of this building is several centuries at minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there's no real markings at the moment to determine, like, to give an exact date or any other. Yeah, it is currently, as it stands, just the general age of the place, the possibly whatever minimal design that you can find within the structure has something that seems reminiscent of that time period.
I believe the technical term is fucking old.
Yeah.
Old as balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, I think slowly moving back with the group. And then making my way down, seeing the like again.
I would like
Same.
to make a quick mention that as we are in most of these things, because I just remembered what happened last time we were in a dungeon, I am keeping my eyes upwards.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure that no one like goes around a corner and disappears.
Okay. But yeah, that is the room you've just entered. Is another storage room. It appears
I don't happen to notice any like ancient scroll or compass or large like comedically large key.
Those are in chests.
Yeah,
That's true.
You've sadly not uncovered any chests yet.
Okay. Now, this is something I notice. I'm not
Mhm.
certain if Renji does, given that the wall extends to here.
Yeah.
But Renji wouldn't have noticed this, correct?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That's 25.
Renji notices something shifting in the shadows just as before he moves around that corner, so
Okay.
he knows something is there.
Meanwhile, Max is staring at the like, trying to remember how fast they were.
And I peek into the room.
As you get to there,
Mhm.
the sculptor notices you. It's kind of halfway down the wall,
Mhm.
and it raises its two front forelegs and hisses at you. It is preparing to strike if you do not retreat from that spot.
Retreat. Okay. Well, I glance over at the others, and I say, we are going to be entering the territory of some creatures. Should we just snipe them?
I mean, I could attempt to talk with them.
Okay, if you want. I step back slightly.
Aiden will then need 10 whole minutes to ritual cast Speak with Animals.
In the meantime, I will keep an eye out.
Okay. As you're
While he's doing that, I'm wondering if Max is wondering if it's possible to just kite this like around this bit and just kill it.
give me
It's likely.
a either give me a history check. No, give me a nature check or a general intelligence check to remember your previous encounter with like.
They're the same
I'd like
thing.
to help.
14.
So you recall that likes are not terribly fast. Let me just get their sheet up here. They can move 5 feet around.
Oh, good.
The problem with likes is that they are very tough, and they are quite. Basically, as long as you can keep your distance, then you won't have a problem with the like, even if it's trying to get you.
If everyone moved out of the way a bit, and I cast Witch Bolt on it, how many Witch Bolts would I need to kill it? For the full duration of the minute?
How much damage does it do per action?
1d12, right? Or
1d12
more.
plus 5, because I am a blue sorcerer dragon.
Yeah. 1d12
It does that much.
5. Okay.
And I hit it.
Alright. Let's see. Just need to do some maths in my head. Average damage with base level Witch Bolt, it would reach you if you didn't move from your spot. But that
I will
doesn't
move. I was going to kite it around this thing.
Oh yeah, then that's fine. Let's see, and it lasts for up to a minute. Just 10 rounds. I will say for the sake of expedience.
It would help with Eldritch Blasts.
Oh yeah. Oh, in that case, then yeah. Like I was gonna say, with the full minute, you just about managed to do it. But if you're helping with Eldritch Blast, then yeah, it's a surefire thing. So while you're doing, while Zaiden's like peacefully sitting down and
I'm taking this like for a walk.
Yeah. There's just a crackle and a flashing of lights as you smite this thing with Witch Bolt and aggressively, as aggressive as something as slow as a like can. You eventually
it blobbles towards me.
One sec, hold on. I need to count things. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it gets to about, if you were to go north, it would get to there.
Okay, so I'd have gone up and around to like here.
Yeah, at which point that's when it would just fizzle out and die.
So, as you know, Renji and Max are shooting magic at it, and Zaiden's meditating. I just go over to Mario. So, how you doing? I know last time we went underground, you weren't particularly comfortable, so I just wanted to check in with you. It's like the sounds and flashes of battle are behind us.
Max just casually walking away from this very slow blob.
Yeah. Mara just kind of like, as she's watching this going on, is like, I don't know if it's I guess it's kind of hard to explain. The atmosphere here doesn't feel as foreboding, which I know is not exactly saying much considering where we are. And
our opinions may differ there. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I'm doing all right at the moment.
Okay.
Thank you for checking up on me, though.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah. So as this is happening, still within the 10 minutes of this going on, there's Renji. You hear in the back of your head.
You know, you could always ask me.
I think I'm just going to ignore him for the moment. And also, quick note, I will have to go AFK for a moment. IBS is being a jerk. I will put my sheet in chat just in case. But yeah, I'll be AFK.
No worries. So in that case, while that is happening, we'll catch up with Zaiden. You have successfully ritual cast Speak with Animals, and you like there's a kind of just this wave of kind of sound and perception as you attune yourself to the sounds of beasts. But yeah, you should be ready to talk to spiders should you deem it necessary.
In which case, Sidon will poke his head around this corner and say, "Hello there."
Sorry.
What do you want?
Just to pass through.
Give me a persuasion check.
Come on, +3. 17.
Okay. The sculptor kind of regards you skeptically at this point, and says,
What do you want here?
Personally, I'm just here to help my friend. He's looking for something dear to himself.
Are you going to hunt us?
No? I don't think so. We would only defend ourselves. Much as I imagine you would as well.
There's another pause as there's a mote of recognition before it turns slightly, and the rest of you get this kind of chittering, clacking noise that resounds through the rest of the building by quite a distance. But for Zaiden, you are aware that there is a long-range shouting conversation going on between this spider and every other spider that is down here. And after a moment, it turns to you and says,
You may proceed.
Thank you very much.
And it kind of like skitters to the ceiling.
Okay, Zidon will turn to his friends, which I imagine at the moment, I guess, is Hikan and Mara if Max has gone off around the corner.
Well, no, I'm back.
Yeah.
That only took
That was
1
less
minute.
than a
You took
minute.
10.
Zidon will turn to everyone and say, okay, spiders won't do anything as long as we don't do anything to them.
Alright.
Cool.
That's good. Good, yeah. Excellent. But yeah.
And it also just looks, just sniffs the air going, why does it smell like burning?
There was a like, it's gone now.
Ah.
Don't think you can talk to those ones.
No
Could be
need.
wrong.
Yeah. In this, a lot of these areas are kind of, just very oddly shaped corridors. Like big open rooms that might have a purpose, but from what you can tell with the rubble and whatever's left of stuff that was there, they serve no purpose other than to just be another corridor. Though glancing ahead, Hikan, who can see in that direction,
Yeah.
you can see that there's potentially a lot of stuff in a large room to the east out that door. Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a look. There looks to be a decent amount of stuff real quick. Just not saying don't follow me, just letting you know where I'm going. And I'll
go,
go
Liz.
over there. And oh, yes, big room.
Yeah. I'd say that Renji will probably follow along with you guys, along with Mara.
I'd say that Renji will probably follow along with you guys along with
Ooh.
Mara.
Uh-oh.
I can hear myself.
No,
Uh-oh.
I
That's
can hear myself.
from
Ah.
Renji.
That's
Sorry about
That's all right. No worries.
Alright.
Welcome back.
that. And now my chat can hear me.
Yeah. But yes, just to catch you up, Zidon
Spiders
has
let us pass.
Zidon's negotiated a truce with the spiders for the moment.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So, as you enter into this larger room, you can see what appears to be the destruction of chairs and tables of a kind of a design that looks like it very much fits with the rest of the building. This kind of sweeping, or this blocky rectangular sort of shape. There are a lot of discarded, rusted, old utensils as well. Stuff that appears to be, at first glance, like DIY tools, but then actually, no, it's not. It's more akin to surgical tools. There's like bone saws, scalpels, hammers for breaking apart bones, that sort of thing. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Max is just looking at it all going,
So was this used as a operating theater or more like a triage area?
Let's see. Give me an insight check, or you can ask the harvester.
Oh. I think I'm going to go for insight first.
And ask him.
That's a 7.
It's it's hard to say at this point.
Okay. So in that sense, instead of it being like an internal like question conversation with my own mind, I kind of open up and say, so what was this place?
This, Renji, was my work. Part of my role within society prior to my banishment was experimentation and exploration of our capabilities. There is a lot that is a part of your history that is dark and bloody, but necessary. In fact, in some situations it still happens to this day. But this was my platform. This was my canvas. This was where I would do the best work that I could have done while still bathed in the light of the material plane. I was a very busy person. If you were to take one of the corridors directly to the west, you would see how busy I would typically be. But if you wish to continue further to the location in this building that I wish for you to go, then the door to the north, the center door to the north, is where I would like you to go. There will be something there that will allow you to pass through the doors that you were barred from previously.
Ah, fuck, RT, you've paired me up with a war criminal.
Did you really think that in his mortal life some dude who gave himself the appellation of the Harvester was a cheery guy?
I did expect him to be a normal person before.
He just farmed wheat, nothing else.
Yeah, could have been really into grain.
Yeah, just... Well, the thing is, even grain can be... Just watch Dimension 20's Fantasy High. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So
That's what I was just thinking with this item.
yeah.
I was thinking of this item we have to find. We're doing a proper Zelda dungeon here.
Yeah. So essentially the Harvester in a roundabout way has direct. He actually wants you to go through this corridor.
Oh, that corridor, okay.
If you want to find out more about what he was doing and how busy he was, in inverted quotes, he wants you to go through either this door or this door.
I will begrudgingly share this information with the others.
Asher says, knew it.
I mean...
I'm gonna deck him in the schnoz.
That's my plan. What is over here?
It appears to be just another corridor that goes back to where you were. The like was originally standing in that intersection.
Over here, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Looking over
we've got time if you want to look.
So, Sidon, Mara, what do you think?
I can't say much. You're the one who's been dealing with this guy for a while. You're the one who knows most about him. So I'm gonna go ahead and just defer to your expertise, if that's okay.
I guess, but like I'm wondering if this is something we should be.
I would go.
Through.
Information is power, after all.
I mean, if I am to accept that pretty much proves them right.
You need confirmation of what this guy was doing to know he's a bad dude.
I know that it's bad news anyway. Maybe this will bolster my motivation. I slowly make my way to this corridor here.
Okay. So that corridor there goes north very briefly and then takes a sharp turn to the left. as you get around to the edge of that corridor, you turn the corner, you see row upon row of jail cells.
Oh, fuck. Is there anything inside that's left over?
Besides the rusted chained manacles that are still attached to the walls and what remains of furniture, you do see the errant bone here or there from bodies long since decomposed.
Oh my goodness.
As he follows Randy around, more out of habit than anything, he just Max runs his gauntleted hand across the bars.
As
Clinking
you're
noise.
Of metal on metal echoing.
Mm-hmm.
as you inspect the cages, the voice of the harvester comes back into the back of your mind and says,
Our kind has been granted a very specific duty, one that we must complete under any and all circumstances. There was no limitation as to what we were needed to do, and many of us, through our dedication, had come about to do what must be done to the highest possible echelon. And then we were betrayed. Betrayed by those who had the power to do more and then squandered it. Understand this, Renji. You are the descendant of cowards. The descendant of deceivers and liars. The descendant of those who would not take the necessary step to do what must be done for the safety of this world. My solitude, my capture, my isolation is reward for my fulfillment of my duty.
I think at this, Renji's just standing, putting a hand against the wall, steadying himself. No. We should continue on. Yeah.
Just gonna put a hand on your shoulder. It's okay.
I think I'll glance back at Max. And then there's only the faintest of nods before I move over, passing Hikan and moving over here.
inside this room appears to be a rudimentary workshop. Many of the crates are still fully intact, but there appears to be this stone desk here. One that has a stone pot with a little kind of a tripod over a glowing rune that glows orange. There appears to be a mold of some kind that indicates a rather interesting looking shape. And there are some tongs, like a small ball-peen hammer sort of thing, and a set of instructions that are only half complete and heavily damaged, that read pass rune instruction.
What language is this in?
This is in Twilight.
Okay. I think I will try and read through these instructions, but I also like it looks like this is recent or not.
It looks as old as the rest of the place, but it seems to be in significantly better condition. Like the actual instructions you have aren't like they look to have been written on paper or parchment, but you can see like the vague, like if you have like your magical sight capabilities, you still see the vague kind of aura of magic that is surrounding it. And meaning that there was magic to preserve it, but it's fading quickly.
Okay. Looking through these instructions, I can see that they are like incomplete, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of what can I glean from this?
You can glean that the opening you can basically glean the opening paragraph and the first step. Basically, this is something that is meant to create a kind of runic key that would be capable of passing through some of the other locked doors that exist within this place, which is termed the facility. Of
course it is.
The first step requires you to tap the rune beneath the pot and speak the word fire, and that will begin to heat up the pot. Everything else seems to have been too damaged to comprehend.
I think out loud, but like mentally focusing on the harvester, I will say, all right. There seems to be something missing here as I tap the rune and say fire in Twilight.
Then it is fortunate that you have me. I will not need full control of you. I can pass my instructions as we talk and as we do. But you will have to convey this to your companions for this to work. The materials that you require are all within this room. You need to work, but I would be expedient in this, for you are not alone, and there are not those who are attached to me who wish the contract to be ended.
Artie, could you repeat that last bit? There are people that are here that do not wish this contract to be ended?
Correct.
Interesting. As he says that, I will kind of like look up or down or whatever I feel the voice is coming from and say, okay, we are very close now. I don't need any more cryptic instructions. Who is here?
I believe that she was the one who had the enviable task of slaying the king. After all, if you would recall, her soul was attached between myself and another, and she would very much not like her loophole to be lost, and for her to be punished for her indiscretion.
Out loud I say, Summerborn is here.
Okay. Good.
I don't know.
Bad.
How, possibly, how does she know we are here? I direct to the harvester.
She was always good at getting information. There are a lot of resources left over from the Twilight Cartel. Do you honestly believe that such a unique spy network that they might have had would be entirely wasted just because the higher-ranking individuals would be lost to your blades?
My mind is just going through the possibilities of us being tracked in such a short span of time. But then I say to the harvester, all right, give us the instructions so that we can deal with this first.
Okay.
Gladly.
And he will begin giving the instructions. I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Could I say I didn't want to interrupt.
Mhm.
I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory.
Uh-huh.
While after Renji said Summerborn's here, could I like take out some of the? I still have a unit of anti-poison wine that I haven't used,
Uh-huh.
and I could pour that, say, near the entrance of this hall
Okay.
to see if Summerborn steps in a fucking puddle. I'm not going to put out a bear trap because if she's already here, then it's just not going to do anything. But I would also
Yeah.
like to hold into my hand. How much would you say that a unit of bone meal is? Because I still have some Stallchild bone meal from when we fought them.
One
That's
unit
something.
of bone meal. Interesting.
Because what I'm planning on doing is I was looking. I don't have any flour. I don't have anything like that. But I figured bone meal could do something similar.
Also,
Yeah, it actually probably would.
I believe that Hikan is before me.
Okay. That's fine. I haven't, yeah.
What's you're a swashbuckler, right?
Yes, my
What's your
initiative
charisma?
is plus charisma is +5.
You're before me.
Okay, then never
Because
mind.
the total modifiers is...
Yeah, it's plus, like, my total modifier is +7.
Yeah.
So, what I would like to do, at least while... Because I'm not going to say I get all this ready in regards to it, that's just not fair. But what I would like to do is right here is a puddle of wine.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. That's fine. Yes. So, let's see now.
I will also communicate with the ones here as we're starting this. I have a deco nut, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Okay. Awesome.
Technically, I have 2.
So, here's how we're going to be doing this. What you're going to do on your turn is... I'm going to say, for the sake of it, Renji giving out instructions is something that is just currently happening constantly throughout the fight.
Okay.
Ish. Creation thing. Whatever it might be. So, what you would need to do in this instance is, as an action on your turn, you can either use an action to make an investigation check in the room to find the material that you need. You can make an Arcana check in order to complete a stage on this actual creation process, or you can fulfill the standard aspects of being an initiative, which includes things like combat, that sort of thing. If you believe that a spell or additional action or something might be able to provide you with advantage, feel free to say, and I will do so. I will let you have that. What you are looking for is to get 5 total successes of a generalized DC of 16 in order to complete this process. Yeah, Zayden, what do you want to do?
So Renji has informed us that Summerborn's somewhere.
Yeah.
Do we like in the temple or near us? Or
They're currently here at least in the building. You haven't been given an exact destination.
okay. I think. How long does Renji need to do his creation?
At least 5 turns.
Yeah.
Unless you
Okay.
can get
Minutes.
multiple successes in a turn.
You can have multiple successes in a round. It'll just be so you can probably
Alright.
get it done within the next few seconds if you're all very good at what you do. But completing this key doesn't necessarily mean that whatever threat that Delilah is presenting in this instance, if she is in fact here, and
It's not Cassandra for some reason.
yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that threat is over. So it's just in order to complete the key to get through the doors that you were unable to get through previously, you need 5 total successes as a party of a DC 16 on either investigation to find materials or arcana in order to help with the creation of this item.
If those are the skills that are required, I'll stay on lookout for Delilah.
Okay.
I have a +7 on Arcana, so that's kind of like the thing that I might...
I have a +5, so it will also be helpful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Who has investigation?
Not me.
I have +5 investigation, but I'm also looking at the fact that I can turn into creatures with blind sight.
Huh.
Mara can
says she'll
investigate, right?
Yeah, Mara can investigate. She's got a +10. It's fine.
Yeah.
That is very helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so Zidon, what would you like to do?
Just checking all of these various options.
The range and telepathy. I think we'd know that by now.
30 feet. What's tremor sense?
Tremor sense
Tremor
lets
Sense
you...
is, you know Toph from Avrdal Last Airbender? Is that?
Yeah.
I think blind sight will be more useful. So...
Not to be confused with their sarcasm.
Zidon... Can I, like, want to turn into a thing and basically block this area that Mara's there?
Alright. That's fine. If you want it to be big enough, then Mara can be moved.
Yeah. I shall be a giant scorpion right here with 60 feet of blind sight. Which is basically everything.
Okay. Interesting. 60 feet of blind sight, you say?
Not going to be very helpful
Not the
for
same
the...
as tremor sense, correct?
Tremor Sense is detecting things, stepping on the ground. Blindsight is seeing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including invisible things.
Yes.
Not going to be very helpful with the crafting, but it should be almost impossible to sneak up on us now.
Good.
Okay.
Good luck, guys.
You also do have the stick of warning.
Yeah.
This is cooler.
Okay. Max.
Well, let's do some arcanas, I guess. Nah,
I guess
I don't
not.
know. I don't know what any of this says.
Yeah, there's as you kind of like immediately set about to try and get it sorted, the it's of a discipline that you have yet to properly encounter, so it's just you having to spend a moment to just kind of orientate yourself with the task at hand.
Is one of these books Runes 101?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Wonderful.
Okay. Renji, it is your go.
Okay, I will also go and do some arcana-ing. Slightly more than 50% chance.
17.
17.
That is what we needed.
There's one success. So you're able to, like, because you're able to read Twilight and kind of have a grasp of maybe what the Harvester is about innately, you just begin to set things up and prepare things to be ready and start activating runes on the sides of the table as they begin to quietly glow things begin to happen apace. You have 1 success, 4 more to go.
I don't yet know where this is going,
Yeah.
but it feels very similar to the rituals that the book was referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max isn't like this, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hikan.
So, let me know if I'm trying too much.
Uh-huh.
What I would like to do, since Zidane has shifted and is keeping a lookout, and it's like, okay, I guess he's got a better idea than I did. Since everything's in this room, the 2 things that I would like to do is I would like to offer for Mara, if she's looking for anything, to break boxes to give the help action. And for my other 2 friends who are at the thing, I would like to see if you would allow me to spend a key point to get 110 feet of movement to run around and just yeet them things.
Okay. I'm down for that. That's
Whatever it
really
is that you
good.
want. So
That's fantastic. I love it.
okay, so I've spent my key
Excellent
point.
rule of cool.
It is literally I am just doing what I can to give advantage to everybody
Okay.
right now for their turn.
That's fine. Yeah.
I cannot help with investigation or arcana.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that in mind, Mara will head over to these boxes over here and will do some investigation rolls. I guess a 29 on the first one, so that's another success.
Wonderful.
And she's like runs over, nods to you, runs over, and looks at the boxes. That one, and that one, and
Just like the quick rapid punches in a lot of in a lot of like wuxia films, just box broken, box broken, box broken.
yeah.
You're like grabbing the ingredients mid-air from the explosion of the crate.
Oh dear. But yeah. Grats. Okay. Then Zidane, it's your go.
Do I sense anything in 60 feet?
No, at least not yet.
Okay, I'll make sure my friends are aware of this, and then am I able to provide the help action to one of them using telepathy to kind of act as a sounding board for their ideas?
Yes, I would permit that. I was about to ask, how would you as a giant scorpion help in this situation? But then you have telepathy, so it's fine.
Turns out scorpion venom is a vital part of the creation process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turns out to be the case.
Okay. But yeah, so as you've done the help action, and I'm guessing you're not moving from your spot.
Yeah.
On your turn, or at the end of your turn and into what happens next, you see or you sense something moves about here. And as you sense it, manifesting from nothingness, as far as the rest of you might be concerned, there appears to be 3 bolts of energy, not too dissimilar to what Renji would typically fire out in a fight. 10 probably misses your AC, 6 probably misses your AC, natural 20 for 17 points of force damage.
Scorpion's ace HP.
Mm-hmm.
So where exactly was that from?
It was around here.
Okay, so there.
Yeah, and then it begins to move again.
DM,
Yes.
I mentioned this a little earlier, but not in this room.
Yep.
Eldritch Sight is I think I would have kept it on. Like I would have kept it like concentration on it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's still the case?
Yeah.
Okay. Because as we have established, I can see ghosts with Eldritch Sight. I'm just hoping that would be the case for invisibility as well.
I wouldn't think it, because it's like a...
It's a 10-foot range.
It's a 10-foot range. Okay. Yeah, I think it might work that way. I mean, you'd be able to take it. I'd say, unless it explicitly states that, because I know we've said with ghosts and everything. In this instance with combat, I would say unless it explicitly states you can see invisible creatures in like the line of its mechanical thing. Yeah.
It's just detect magic, right?
Case. It is. You can cast detect magic at will.
Yeah.
Then it would be the rules of detect magic, which I don't think mention anything about invisible things.
Yeah.
I was reading up on that, and the argument mostly seems to be that detect magic, as rules is written, doesn't let you see an invisible thing, but it would let you know that within a 30-foot radius of you there is some invisibility magic, but it doesn't tell you the direction.
It would be illusion magic, right? For invisibility?
Yeah.
So it would let you know there's illusion magic going on somewhere within 30 feet of you. It doesn't actually say direction or anything, and because you cannot see the creature, you cannot see the nimbus of magic
If you
around
sense
it.
magic this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Specifies visible creature.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of rules lawyering, I don't know if their charisma score is above a 10, but all it's rolling is the d20 plus proficiency.
Oh.
For those Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, that should have been a 29. So 29, 11, and 15.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's also weird.
I was like, how does she have that many Eldritch Blasts and not
and
a
only
plus
a plus 4?
Charisma?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
She's playing a very gimmicky build.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like that's why I said
absurd.
sure, but
There we go. It's probably going to be the same thing with everything else as well, I imagine. But that's okay. So Max, your go as I fix this. What is up?
I may as well make another Arcana attempt, I guess.
Okay.
Although, what state are the runes in on the table? Because this place old as fuck.
Yeah, they're not 100%. A lot of them may have been scratched out. Sure.
Oh.
I will permit the next few Arcana checks to be made at advantage as you fix the runes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is me.
Okay. Sweet. Renji, it is your go.
So, with advantage, an Arcana check as the ingredients, the materials are brought by Hikan. I start sorting them and going through the next few steps as indicated by the harvester. That is a 16.
Nice. Yeah, you
Just what we needed.
Yeah, so that's 3 successes out of a potential 5.
Okay.
You begin making things like some of the materials that you get are like very thin plates of metal that you put into the jug, and then immediately they begin to melt and boil down to into a molten form that is that's grand. So you've almost finished creating this runic key. You just need a couple more things to go with. Hikan.
hey, so bolts of twilight energy flew through and hit one of them hit my good scorpion friend there. We're at 3 successes. You said the next 2 Arcana check, or the next Arcana check would be made with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming it's greater invisibility, which is why we didn't see anything. Okay.
Does seem to be the case.
Yeah. And you said that the general direction was from here, roughly?
Yeah.
And then they ran a different direction?
Yes.
Okay. Would Zayden know which way they went? I'm not Zayden, and it's not Zayden's turn.
Yeah.
Block it. I got AC out the ass. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'll go 30. I'll go right here.
Yum.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action to... How far would you say I could throw the bone meal?
Pretty far.
Okay.
I'd say as far as your normal throwing dart distance stuff.
Okay. I'm just going to take a look at that real quick. I'm just going to roll that. Does it say on there? 20 feet. Okay. 20 to 60 feet. If I see magic come from within 20 feet of me, which is a big ask because I'm in a big room, I'm going to throw that thing right in that direction. That is what my action will be.
Okay.
And I'll spend another key point to do patient defense.
Okay.
And that'll be turn.
Alright. Mara's turn. She's going to perform another investigation check, this time without advantage because she doesn't have the aid of Hikan there.
Fair.
27 though.
That didn't matter.
It didn't
She's
matter. As she then begins to find the last few bits and pieces of material and moves over to you guys to hand it over. And yeah, that will be her turn. Zayden.
Zayden is going to, in which case, squeeze his way out to, I guess, this side of Hikan. I suppose when I'm squeezed here, can I sense where she is?
Yeah, she's around about here-ish.
But can I sense her exact spot?
With blindside, you should.
Oh yeah, you should be able to, yeah. If that's the case, then it is that square.
The one with the little ladder on it?
Yeah.
Okay, Zayden will turn back to human, will gather his magics, pointing at her, upcasting his spell to 5th level, because that is the max level Warlock get, and he will dispel magic her invisibility.
Okay. Very well.
That is so good.
As you cast that magic spell, she appears before you, this lithe woman wielding 2 blades, one of which looks very reminiscent to the swords that Renji has been using, another one that seems to be this sharp, vicious-looking scimitar made out of brambles and vines. And she looks to you and then smirks and says, "Oh, very clever.
I've been dealing with invisible kids for a long time."
Well,
and that was bonus to transform back and main action to dispel, so.
Okay.
No, I suppose I'll use the remainder of my movement just to block that hole.
Well, he can't see something 20 feet. Can he throw the bone meal now?
You just hold that action.
I will. For the levels.
Okay.
Do it.
And 20.
That hits. Yeah.
It's not gonna. I don't know if you want me to roll damage or anything for it, but she's just covered in bone meal now.
Okay.
You've only damaged her pride.
It's clever. Really?
You gotta do about it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Now what can she do about it, given that it is now her turn? Let's see. What does this do?
That doesn't sound good.
Yes, you have. I think she will force her hand. How big is what she's going to do? Is she's going to artfully begin backflipping over to here, and then as she lands, like placing both her feet down, she points to where Zidon is standing, and from his feet, I need to measure out a thing here. Oh, that gets everybody.
Yeah, but we're behind a corner, though.
Interesting that.
What moves and what does not move around corners?
Let's see. I just need to get a thing here to... Where's my draw tool? There it is, draw shape. If I do this real quick... Nope, that's not a square, that's the brush. Okay. Draw shape. There we go. No. I think that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is quite big, isn't it? Ugh.
Oh no.
It's a big spell.
Oh wow, I guessed that perfectly. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
As said, from a point beneath Zidon's feet, there is a green glowing light that quickly expands from that point and bleeds out into the room. It swings around corners and manages to fill up the room that you're in as well. She casts Sickening Radiance.
Oh dear.
I need everybody. Let's see. Oh, it's at the start, so we don't have to worry about it just yet. The first person who does is Max.
Dear.
Max.
I take some damage.
You do. You take 24 points of radiant damage as this sickening light begins to bleed out, and you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh boy, I've had that before. Hold on, I got it. So, there you go. Wait, did we still have the temporary hit points from the food?
Yes. They last all day.
Okay.
How many were they?
5, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, we're lost in this. Okay.
Well, I don't like that, so I'm gonna look around and say, "You got this."
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's a concentration spell, is it?
Mhm.
I'm gonna dash out here.
Okay.
I didn't say anything because I'm confident in myself.
Yep.
Says Max. And I'm going to spend 2 points to quicken a spell.
Mm.
Two points. There we go. Lightning bolt at 6th level.
Well then, let's see.
Just point at her and say, "Stop it."
So
That's a
let's see.
DC 23 Constitution saving throw?
It is.
Warlocks don't tend to have good constitution. But she might.
He might, but Warlocks are more
No.
charisma.
She rolled a 5.
She rolled a 5. Yeah. So you kind of like the light bleeds out. The light bleeds out briefly in this quick pulse, and then Max, you just storm out, say, "Stop it!" There's a huge, like the cavern lights up with this whitish blue light as the bolt surges from your fingertips and essentially blasts the wall behind her. She immediately loses concentration on the spell.
The lightning bolt plays.
Also, she takes 47 damage.
That is also what happens.
I took care of that first.
Yes.
But for the 6 seconds that the lightning bolt hits, it's like 6 seconds of Michael Jackson's "Beat It." And like Tesla coil music.
Yeah.
Your exhaustion is also removed.
Is it? Oh, cool.
When the spell
That is
ends.
very nice.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't click the thing that says I have exhaustion. I hadn't done it yet.
Exhaustion's Sickening Radiance is very like kind of I'm putting you on a time limit sort of thing, especially for high.
And I decided to end the timer.
Yeah.
Reminds me of back in the day when we had like those big multiplayer Yu-Gi-Oh games, and someone would play that Doomsday button, and it was just like, well, everyone attack them.
Yeah.
You have painted a target on yourself.
Yeah. Renji.
Is me. I am going to try and with, I believe, still with advantage, I'm going to attempt to finish this ritual.
Okay.
That is a 23.
23. So, as you put the final ingredients into the pot, you have this mixture of molten, what appears to be like kind of gold with black streaks in it. You take it up and pour it into the mold, and the moment it fills up the mold, there's a brief flash and hiss as a black metal runic key appears in that mold, and in the back of your mind you hear,
I believe that will be adequate.
I think I'll grab the mold itself, stuff it in my bag of holding, and then move my full movement if that is possible.
Sure.
So that is 25, 30. Do I still have a bonus action, or was that part of the ritual?
You have a bonus action.
Okay, in that case, I will 10, 20, 30, move over there, and lay eyes on Delilah with my brandished aspiration.
Yeah. Nice. She kind of like, despite having been lightning bolted, she still got like still crackling with electricity from
There's like steam billowing off her.
Yeah, she kind of like shakily turns her head slightly to look at you, Renji, and still offers that very overconfident smile. Hello again. And then it's Hikan's go.
So Hikan is going to sit there and, like a smear frame, go from standing next to his buddy Zayden to behind Delilah, as it kind of like goes back to like those Naruto frames where he's about to like kick somebody in the head. And I'm just gonna start laying the beat down on Delilah.
Okay.
So unarmed strike, 15. I don't presume hits.
That misses.
Okay. How about a 30?
On a 30, as she like turns to regard you, and your fist is careening towards her face in slow motion, she in a gust of wind and a collection of flower petals, she vanishes from view and teleports over here.
going to assume that that is a class ability and not a spell.
Yeah.
It's a fun one, though.
Just double checking. 45. Alright, cool. Bonus action, Step of the Wind. Not what I wanted to use it for. As another smear frame happens. It's like, you can't run that easily.
Okay. And then it is Mara's go. Mara will use all of her movement and dash in order to get to here. And she'll fumble slightly as she takes out the mace and flicks her wrist, and as it begins the taser function. But that'll be her turn. Zayden.
Could you describe to me again the weapon she's wielding?
In one hand, she's wielding a short sword that appears to have similar design and inscription as, like, it's kind of black with angular green lines going through it. And the other one appears to be a scimitar that looks to be forged with twisting brambles and bent branches and stuff.
Are both of them metal?
Yes.
Does the one you said first look like it's her spellcasting focus?
It's hard to say, because I don't know how much of has Renji told the others in regards to what Delilah's predicament is.
I think I did share that that she has a pact, and then like she has a double pact.
Okay.
We know that she has a pact with the Harvester.
Hmm.
Because you told us that her bond would be broken at the same time yours would by doing this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard. It is hard to say. Obviously, that the black sword can function as a spellcasting focus.
You've seen that happen many times.
It's hard to say whether or not the bramble sword can do the same thing.
Well, knowing that that one can, I shall cast Heat Metal upon her black sword.
Okay. Manufacture metal. He's holding or wearing the object. Takes the damage from it. Okay, so they need to make a Constitution save now.
Wait. They automatically take the 9 damage.
Okay. So they take 9.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, you just take damage.
Yeah,
you
heat
continue
metals...
to take damage if you don't drop the weapon.
But I mean, it's like magic missile, and that it cannot miss.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Constitution
Heat
save
metal
to
can
hold
be
it.
very scary.
If you pass your Constitution save, you can continue taking damage.
Yeah. Heat metal's real good.
You kept not letting me use it. Forever Pirate.
Oh dear. Clearly it was too good.
It is quite powerful.
So yes, 1 con save for her sword.
Okay. 10, she drops it. She kind of just... Actually, she'll probably, like, feeling the pain, she'll willingly drop it, and as she does, with a flick of the wrist, it disapparates.
That is a thing.
Yeah. But yeah. Did you want to move, or did you have any bonus actions that you wanted to take on your turn?
Don't think so. Where's my... I will move to stand here for... Actually, Renji's probably going to move up. No, it's her turn next year. I'll stand here.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then Alright. On her turn, what she's going to do is she's going to cast a spell. So, Hikan, if you wanted to do your thing.
Yes, please.
I was gonna ask to see if Max wanted to, but I will do mine first. Unarmed strike. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 hits, but because her turn has come back around, she has a reaction back again. And so she's going to disappear and reappear here.
Okay.
And then, as she does that,
Nah, it's fine. I was gonna say point of order. What if I use stunning strike? But I really don't want to get into that right now.
It's fine. So basically, I'll actually click the ability she's using here.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Force it to miss. So then that would be does not hit. So I couldn't use stunning strike on that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But yeah, so as she reappears in the other locale, almost back to where she originally started, she takes something of a bow, and then promptly vanishes from view.
Does it look like she cast a spell to vanish from view?
Yes.
Did that seem like invisibility or another teleport?
Invisibility.
Okay. The air around everyone is about to grow incredibly still. Just before, suddenly, everything around you becomes light and noise.
Oh.
Yes.
Max casts the spell The Storm's Eye, which is firestorm, but lightning. With the cubes positioned basically to keep us safe.
Okay.
And then just fire everywhere else.
Just lightning everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Fine.
Okay. So is that as an action on your turn?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It's an action to cast it.
Yeah, I know. It's just that because I said turns invisible.
Didn't know
some
if I wanted
reason-
to use counterspell.
No.
Yeah.
I have to see it to counterspell.
Yeah. But yeah, you cast the
darn it.
Storm's Eye. The room is consumed in a localized storm that you feel untouched from.
All the party members feel absolutely none of it. It's just the air around them is incredibly still.
Yeah.
I forgot that I took this spell last level up. I have counter spell.
Oh dear. But yes. So you cast your spell. The air grows still. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'd like to know if she even rolled a dex save, but okay.
She didn't.
Because that was my 7th level spell slot, but fine. What else I have? I'm gonna take a step up here.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Renji.
Okay. Is there a safe path for me to move this direction?
I assume as much, because if the storm isn't affecting
No,
other members
it's
of the party.
instantaneous. It doesn't last.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. I see. Then I will move first 30 feet. And I don't really have anything to do against invisible creatures.
One of us have a lantern revealer.
Oh,
No.
Nope.
Ow.
With my... I think then with my action I will move another 30 feet. It's 10, 20, 30. And as my bonus action, 15, 30.
Okay. You can.
oh, let me know if this is too shenanigans.
Uh-huh.
She was covered in a powder and then probably ran off. Are there any footprints?
Or leftover powder.
Any
Make for me a perception check.
breadcrumbs?
26.
It does appear that she was running off down this. Oh no, sorry, let me be on the right layer. This corridor.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. She was here, I believe. Okay. I'm gonna go here. Wait, so that was 25, 30, 35, 40. Can I go further?
Yes, Artie, let him go even further beyond.
Let's see.
I'm asking because I was calculating, and I think one of these squares would be 30 feet from where she was. I don't know if she has any levels in Rogue or Monk, so she could have gone further, but I don't know.
Oh, I see. So you're asking whether or not you run into something that stops your progress. Okay.
Generally speaking,
you
if
run
she's taking
into her.
space, she either has to let me by, or she's taking up the space because of like the rules with the enemy block type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, can I go further?
Okay, you can go further.
Okay, I believe I have 10 more feet of movement. So I'm going to go to my maximum movement, and I'm going to swing wildly.
Give me a couple of attack rolls.
Alright. 14 does not hit. Natural 1 does not hit. Blurry flows. Natural 1 does not hit. 13 does not hit. Alright. It was worth a shot, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you like throw strikes towards where you believe she should be just in case, but all you're getting is empty air.
It's turn.
Okay. Mara's turn. She's going to what she's going to do is she's going to stick with Max, I think. So she'll move there. Zayden.
Zayden will go to back up Hikan. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Is Zayden able to get any suggestion of her area by sound, footprints, or anything? This
Give me a
space?
perception check.
Come on, perception. Natural 20.
Nice.
Or even a 29, even if we were to do it at disadvantage because of invisibility. Yeah. You believe you hear her running off northwards.
As in, she's already gone north, or?
Yeah.
Oh, she's fast.
Yeah. She is pretty dang quick.
Yes, I will use my main action for dashing then. So 5, 10, that's 25, so just move to there. Then we have another 10. go to... Actually, if I use my main action to dash, I got 35 to there. Do any of these seem helpful? Use that to go there. Then I will use that bonus action to turn back into the giant scorpion.
Okay.
Which has
As far as your
extra-
blind sight is concerned, she's standing right there.
Okay.
Or she's mid-run right there.
In which case, I'm still only able to move, but am I able to move to here? I have more movement as the scorpion than Zidon, and Zidon would have been able to get to here.
If you have more movement, you can move up to your maximum movement if that changes. So like if you move 30 feet and then cast fly, you can move up to 60 feet from
Okay, so
where you
this would be
started.
this would be right, I believe.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that works that way, yeah.
Okay, so Zidon will move, block her path, and very obviously stare her down.
Okay.
I can see you.
Yeah. Interesting. If that's the case, what we'll do then, now that we know that that's how that goes, I've just had a look at the time. We might have to hold off until the following episode to see the conclusion of all of this. Because I just was like, oh wow, we're like 3 minutes away from our normal end point.
That's correct.
But yeah. So thank you very much everybody for listening / watching. My name is ArticulateT. This has been episode 102 of Hyrule Chronicles. With me, as always, I've had Renji Vox being played by TheNetherlad.
I'm going to break this pact whether she likes it or not.
I mean, you have a decent head start, in truth.
True.
I have had Hikan Sio being played by Avrdal.
He's being very annoying to the melee guy.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah. I have had Zidon Shari being played by Robopirate.
I'm so glad I have a wonderful counter for invisibility.
Yeah.
That cannot be counterspelled.
And I have Max being played by Keistris. I'm sorry, Keistris.
Next time I will make the spell hit. You can't stop me.
Yeah, I know I can't stop you. Yes. This has been Hyrule Chronicles. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.